Greetings, Earthlings! My name is Zero Jake and welcome back to Space Engineers. So, last episode we started the construction of our evil lair off in the distance over yonder. And what I've done, because we need it, we have a landing pad on the rover. A small landing pad, mind you, but this landing pad is going to be used for our drill ship, which is going to be mining things for us for the near future. We'll build a proper, dedicated, large scale mining vessel for when we actually have the base and everything operational, I guess would be the term. Adam is not here today because I don't know where he is. He'll be here sometimes, sometimes he won't. Get used to it. Anyway, today we are going to be building a drill ship, as in a mining ship, using small grid, because I don't have the resources for a large grid construction since we're down to 252 steel plate, without, of course, using the iron reserves that we have. So what we want is we want to build a the plan is we have the drill in the center. So this is one of the two landing gear, yes, that's the correct word, that are going to be placed here. We're going to have the other here with the small outputs, because all ores are small output, to the sides. Pretty simple. And then we can add some steel plate onto here, and then once we can lift this thing off, we'll have the other landing gear on the bottom. Pretty simple, huh? Now, for making sure that I don't destroy everything, I'm going to weld up these light armor blocks for now. We'll change how, well, we'll deal with it later. No, not for now. We're going to keep them that way. Yes, hopefully keep them that way, because otherwise that is insinuating bad things will go wrong. Next we're going to have atmospheric thrusters, so we're going to have 4 of them. See that I might have a plan. I know, rare thing. And then we're going to have atmospheric thrusters, because we need them. We need thrusters going forwards and backwards, left and right, which left and right will go across this way. So the way that the drill works is it's got 3 areas in which you can have stuff placed on. Have conveyor points placed, and we're going to take the top 2 so that we can do this. First of all, though, I'm going to need to weld this thing up so that I can actually tell where the conveyor things are. Now, in order for this modded mining drill, this is a tier 2 mining drill, we need octocores, which are things. I guess that's the best way to describe it. We need to go over to assembly, and then we want to find octocore. We want 4 of them. This takes some stuff that we have, silver, gold, silicon. Do I have gold? That might be something that I haven't picked up yet. Do I have gold? Gold. No, I don't. Do I have, what would require gold? Give me a second. Because we could probably disassemble it. We don't have gravity gen components, so no. Interesting. Sadly, I cannot remember off the top of my head what requires gold. I'm thinking superconductor conduits require them, but other than that, thrusting components, obviously. No? Nothing comes to mind? No. Okay. Well, that's slightly disappointing. I'm going to have to go pick up some gold. Yay. Huzzah for doing things. Gravity gen components. Yeah. Alloy plate requires gold. Thrust, yeah. We don't have any gold. Right. Then I'm going to have to go and find some GPS gold. Do I have a gold? Yes, I have a gold. Okay. Right. Sean HUD, where is it? 8 kilometers. Oh god. I'll be back in a second. Once I have gone over there and got some gold, which I'm going to have to do by hand since the rover can't move anymore. There we go. We have gold for octocore and the gold throne and what have you. Okay, good. So we have access to the drill. It has a capacity of 30, what? 34,000 litres. which is quite significant. We're going to be using that as our amount of ore that we can hold. Yeah, that should be good. Now, back to what we were doing, which I can barely remember. Oh yeah, we were doing thrusters. So we need to place thrusters here and here, and then the same over here. One there, one here, I believe. Yes, right. So those are the thrusters that we have, and we're probably only going to need that amount of thrusters. Next, what we need is the power, which is going to be difficult. So we have a small reactor, right? That's not going to get us enough power. We need more. So we've got several options. We've got using a large reactor. Not keen on doing that. We could use a tiny fusion reactor. Not really keen on that either, because that's a bit, well, not expensive, but it's not as efficient as some things could be. Alternatively, we could use these modular reactors, which I've never used before, so today is going to be a very exciting day. We've got, no, not you, I want you. So we've got medium, we've got light, and we've got heavy, right? We've got light, which is this kind of size. Medium, which is this kind of size. Light is 1x2. Medium is a 2x2. And then large is a 3x3. Now we can have some 2x2 reactors. Alternatively, we can have no, because we don't have room. Right. Alternatively, we could have a single. No, that's a 4x4. Right. Didn't see that. Okay. Let's think. What we could do is we could do kind of a zigzag approach. Give me a second whilst I rotate this to the proper direction. What we can do is this, right? We can have a large reactor here, a light reactor, and then another one like this. So it will be connected. And then we can do the same on the other side. Right? Now these require a very minuscule amount of stuff. And for comparison's sake, what we're going to do is we're going to have a small reactor so that we can tell what the megawattage is. The wattage, yeah, that, of each of the individual reactors. So we're going to need some reactor components. About 20 should do. We're also going to need some computers. We've got some construction components. We're probably going to need something not on here, so we'll double check. We'll only weld one of them for now. See how much that gives us. Metal grid, large steel tube motor. Okay. Cargo. So we need about 10 metal grid, large steel tubes, and then motors. Because I'm completely blind. Why do we have 3,000 motor? Probably because of the engines. Yes, that would make sense. And we can turn that into steel plate. Yes. Okay, good. Right. Large light reactor. That's what it looks like to end with. Pretty good. What we can do now is we can access, if I want to fall down so I can access this bit, we can enter here and we can see how much a light reactor gives. This gives 300 kilowatts. That is equivalent to a solar panel, I believe. A solar panel at maximum output gives 300,000 kilowatts, which is not that much. It's 0.3 megawatts. In comparison, a regular small reactor gives 500 kilowatts. So for double the room, we get less the kilowatts, which doesn't make that much sense. However, the light reactors are cheaper. Now, the other alternative is we have two mediums. So if I want to go over to number 4, and we place a medium reactor like that, okay? How much will that give us? For the same size as 600 megawatts, or a ridiculous amount of megawatts, we get 1.5. Okay? 1.5 megawatts. If we have 2 of those, that's 3 megawatts. Should be good enough. So if we want to use those, that might be a good idea. Right? So we want one of these, flip it around, place it here. Goodbye small reactor. And we're going to have some medium reactors. Now, it's not space efficient. Though, then again, nothing ever is. Because space efficiency, you would just have things in an alternate dimension and then never look back. At least that's how I deal with things. We're going to need 2 displays for it as well, which is kind of annoying. Yeah. Medium reactor. That's what it looks like. I think when it's powered on, it should have a different colour. Purple, I believe, is the colour that it should be going for. Alternatively, I can recolour this vehicle into black, because for black is the best colour for someone who is a teen. Anyway, getting over there anytime now. Good. Right, so there's 2 reactors. Pretty reasonable. Now we don't want anything along here. We don't want anything along the input and output trails of any of these thrusters, which is a shame, but it is kind of necessary. If it turns out that this drill does not have a big enough area of effect, we can upgrade it so that it does. Basically so that this thing can just dive in like a bore and then come out again completely fine. We're also going to need to check to see if it actually has enough thrust upwards. If it doesn't, then we're going to have to redesign this, which would be annoying at best, I believe. Though I guess I could put some more thrusters on the side here. Anyway, what we need now is we need gyroscopes and a cockpit. Now, I've got this, Industrial Cockpit 1 made by Sage, but I don't think it will actually suit this. The original thought that I was having was it would be here and we would drill forward, but that's not happening. Just no. We'll use it later, but not right now. What else have we got? We've got regular one. Now, I know, like, many people hate the regular one because it's rubbish, but we're going to have to deal with it. And what we can do is we can have the gyroscopes on the back here. Okay? I know it's not the best thing that we could have, but it's the thing that we're doing. So, yeah. I'm going to weld all of this together, hopefully if we have enough resources, and we'll be back to test our latest invention. Creation. It's not, we don't invent a drill ship, we create a drill ship. Yeah. Back in a second. And there we go, we have our lovely little ship here. Looks a bit cool. Looks a bit like a man with one leg currently. But yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to start the first test of this new vessel. Sadly, we can't automate the process of throwing uranium in, but we can power everything up. Now, here comes the fun thing. We need to see if we have enough power to lift off, because if we don't, then that's going to be slightly problematic. Right, unparking, lifting up. That seems a bit excessive. I love how the moving parts of this thing, the atmospheric thrusters fans are not doing so well, I don't think. But yeah, we can land. That's something that we can do. We can also move backwards and forwards and left and right, and we can also rotate, which I'm going to not do because otherwise that will kill me. Yeah, I think we're good. So let's just hover here, get down, place that other landing leg. You son of a... can't place it. I need construction component. Why did I throw that away? Right, I need a steel large motor and construction component. Right, throw that on, which is going the other way around from the other one. That's how it should be. And there we go. We have ourselves a flying ship. Now, the current amount of time that we can stay airborne is 6 hours, which is reasonable. Now what we're going to do... No, don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. This is what I want to do. We're going to just even up. I'm also going to get the gyros and reduce their power to about 50%. Fine. 0.5. Have that. So that we don't have as much movement. Now we do have quite a bit. And the camera is not happy about it. But yeah, that's fine. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go fly over, noting that we are overloading our reactors here, which is not for the best, but we're going to deal with it. What we're going to do is we're going to fly over. This is the part of the excavation in which we've been doing. We just now need to drill through it. We're going to hover over here, because I don't know how destructive this will be. And we're going to hold... how high are we? We're going to hold right click. Except for the fact that we need our drill put on there. Yes, might be a good idea. Right. We can now do this. Oh my. That's pretty powerful. I think maybe I need a smaller one. Let's just check. What happens if we hold left click? Will it cover the entire ship? Yes, with plenty of clearance. Okay. Now the problem is with such a large tool, give me a second, we're going to even out just a bit, is that it causes some kind of destruction to the ground. However, it doesn't seem like anything has changed to the ground, which is something that should be investigated. I don't know why you're here. Go away. Yes, the lag is back. Have fun. I want to test to see if steel plate blocks the digging, because that would be an interesting idea. So if we go downwards a bit and I hold right click, does it change the bottom? And it seems maybe not. But let's go down a bit further. And we can see that we're having kind of a dip here. Yeah, so this drill, a bit too powerful for our current uses, but it's very good for mining because of its clearance. Now, I don't want to have to, get a lot of stone because we currently don't have any ability to get rid of it. I mean, look, we've got over 70,000 stone here. A bit ridiculous, I might say. Yeah, so we're going to have to invest in some way to get rid of it. Possibly turn it into something useful. Now, there are mods out there that do that, and I'm very interested in having a look at them. So I may add them to the server just so that people who have a ton of stone can get rid of their ton of stone for reasons of, oh my god, so much stone. Anyway, this will conclude today's episode. I'm going to get working and get some more iron and other materials so that we can continue building the base. However, this drill is going to be very useful in excavating. Perhaps a bit too blunt a tool. I guess that's the closest word to something that I'm trying to get at. But yeah. So, we shall see you in the next episode. Until then, my name has been Zero Jake. End transmission.